Mr. Scranton.
Hi, Billy. Lester?
Didn't hit you, did it?
Well, not quite, Billy. But it hit the ground pretty hard. I'm afraid your kite has about had it.
That's not the half of it. I've had it, too. It's my brother's kite.
Uh-oh. Well, I guess there's going to be another one of those little rows between the Jackson brothers. Good luck, Billy.
Thanks. I'll sure need it.
Well, it looks like Billy's in trouble, but it sounds like that's not too unusual for him. In a moment, we'll return and see what happens, but first, I'd like you to meet some friends of mine who are here in the studio to watch Breakthrough with you. They are Billy Suit, Janie Wheeler, Marie G., and Joe Long. And I'm Gene Atkins. Somehow I feel there's a lot more to be seen in this story. The five of us are going to stop the story, however, somewhere before the ending and talk about it a while. But for the time being, let's get back to that broken kite in the garage where we find Billy and his friend Lester. Are you all set?
Yes, sir.
Think you can fix it?
Look at it. Took Rick a week to make that thing, and he hasn't even flown it yet.
Maybe you better hide somewhere before Rick sees it.
Rick's no dummy. He'd know it didn't fly off by itself. Here he comes.
I'm getting out of here.
Hey, what did Lester? Nothing. At least not yet. Maybe he's afraid he might hit him. What are you talking about? Now take it easy, Rick. I didn't do it on purpose. What did you do this time? What have you done to my new kite? Shot. Busted up before I even had a chance to fly it. Well, I was only trying to Lester. We're only going to put up for a minute. And then all of a sudden, I had to shake it till your arms fall off. Oh, it was the kite's fault, too. The kite isn't any good. Just stay up there. That shows how much you know. A box kite isn't meant to fly in a little place like this. Why else do you think I was waiting till I could get to the edge of town? Lester's in on it, too. It was part his fault. Look, you did this, and you might as well stop trying to weasel out of it. Well, maybe I can pay for it. How are you going to pay me for something I worked on for a week? You know, dear, I just had to talk with you about getting into my stuff. I can dig up 20 cents. How about that? How about something like a nice, even buck? $1? Where am I going to get $1? I'll give you a little time. No. Okay, so I tell dear tonight. Just you wait. I'll get even with you.
Rick?
Hi, Mr. Scranton.
Hi. Too bad about your kite, Rick. I've got some strips of wood you might be able to use to fix it.
I've worked too long on it as it is. Besides, it's Billy that should fix it. I'm going to make him pay if it takes him all summer.
Well, knowing Billy, I'd say it might even run into the fall.
Mr. Scranton, you see it fly? How'd it look?
I'm sorry, Rick. I just saw it go crash.
Yeah, that's Billy's specialty. Crashing things.
Sure you don't want to try fixing it?
Mr. Scranton, it was brand new. Billy flew it first and I never even saw it off the ground. Wouldn't be the same now.
No. Well, I guess we all take a special pride in something we did with our hands. I know that's how I feel about my garden.
Joe. Hi, Rick. All it takes is genius. Hey, isn't that your new kite? Yeah, Billy busted it up. Did you get him for it yet? He's going to pay me $1. What? You mean you didn't whack him or anything? You think that making him pay is going to teach him a lesson? I don't know. We'll let him do one thing. Just one little thing will give me an excuse to get him. That's more like it. Clunker of yours is bottom heavy. It's not a hunting knife. Here, feel this. It's balanced. Real neat. Where'd you get it? Well, I sort of borrowed it from my pop. Then you better not lose it. So how do you know I had it? Bet my pop would know. No. Nobody would know anything you don't tell him. Learn that and your troubles disappear. Most of my troubles would disappear if Billy would get lost. Yeah, kid brother should be unseen and not heard.
Oh, hi. I was just leaving.
Wait a minute. What are you doing?
Me and Billy got a little war going on.
Ow! You said you needed an excuse. Yeah. Hey, I wasn't throwing at you. Well, I was throwing at you. That's partial payment for what you did to my kite. And here's a second installment. Let's team up and give Rick a real trouble. He's been asking for it. Fire! Gotta get out of here and get something to throw. How about through the window? Perfect. You go first and I'll cover for you. Okay. Only place goes through the gate into Scranton's yard. Yeah, but what about Mr. Scranton? I've had one too many run-ins with him already. He isn't home. I saw him drive out. Yeah? Good. Hey, I wonder why it's so quiet. There they are! Say. Mom knows Mr. Scranton tomatoes. Careful, make these count. Ready, and... Looks good. You see what I see? Why not? Mr. Scranton will never miss a few. Sure. Anybody there? Sure. Yeah.
So, it's you again, is it? Huh? Oh, I'd like to give you... Oh, look at that mess. Just look at it. Here, who was in this with you? Oh, no comment, huh? Ah, take a good look at that. Do you know that I promised Miss Wilson a basket of tomatoes? Now what am I going to tell her?
Well, you could tell her that you just sold them to somebody or something. I mean, I'll pay for them.
Young man, paying for something you've destroyed doesn't set the world straight. Maybe you didn't hear me right. I said that I promised her. I gave her my word. And now I got to tell her I can't keep it.
Well, I said I'd pay. What else is there I can do?
You can learn to have a little respect for other people's property. That's what you can do. Who helped you do this, Oh, Rick, you in there?
Yes, Mr. Scranton?
Come out here a minute, will you? Rick, what do you know about this tomato mess?
Did you say something about tomatoes? Rick wasn't involved in this, sir. I was the only one on your side of the fence. So, I guess I'm the one who will have to be punished. The gate's just knocked off the hinges, Mr. Scranton. Be easy to fix.
And the tomatoes, can they be fixed too? Rick, I imagine you know how I feel about my garden. Just about the way you felt about your kite, only that took you a week. This is something took me all summer to do.
Mr. Scranton, Rick wasn't involved. I told you before, sir. I was the only one.
Yes, that's right. You did tell me that. Well, Rick, would you be willing to try fixing up the gate, even though you didn't have anything to do with this?
Yes, sir.
And as for you, young man, I am going to put you to work.
Hey, Rick! Okay to come out? Scranton gone? Yeah, he's gone. What happened? Joe took the blame for the whole thing. Scranton put him to work. Joe sure got you off the hook, didn't he? Now, if you can figure a way to get off the hook with Dad, you've got it made. How's he gonna find out? I thought I might tell him. Unless, of course, he wants to get at the dollar for the kite. That's plain blackmail. Sure, just like he is on me. Is it a deal? No. Wow, that was the most work I've done all summer. You sure got Rick out of that hot soup. Yeah, Rick. Remember that. I gotta spend 3 more hot afternoons on that rock pile. I'll help you, Joe. If I hadn't been mad at you, I might have used my head. You did use your head to stop a tomato. I mean it. I feel like a jerk. You busted up my kite, and that made me mad. Then we got in this tomato fight, and Joe fixed it so I could weasel out. Well, I don't like it. Come off it. What are you talking about? That maybe I ought to go and tell Scranton that I was in on it, too. What are you trying to do, play hero? You tell Scranton, and what does that make me? Makes me a liar, that's what. I didn't ask you to take the blame. Yeah, but if I had told on you, every kid in town would think I'm yellow. You know that the guy who gets caught takes the blame. Well, I don't feel right about it. Oh, boy, you should have known you're well off. Ah, come on, Nick. It's all settled now. You have no other choice.
Now everyone's in trouble. What do you think of Joe's philosophy he expressed there at the end? Everyone knows the fellow who gets caught takes the blame.
Well, it could mean that Joe was stumbling around, and Ricky got a clean getaway, and so Ricky shouldn't be the one to get in trouble.
Is that the code of your gang?
No.
It isn't? Well, what is your code?
Well, that if someone should get in trouble, everybody who is in it should be in it, because that way it just won't be one person's fault, that you could feel like if one person took all the blame, well, you'd feel guilty for not taking up for what you did. And then if you all took it up, you'd feel much better to feel that somebody else knows that the person who you did it to or what happened, well, they would know that you did it and just not one person. That.
So that's the way your outfit works too, Joe?
Yes, sir.
If one party, if a party gets caught, everybody says that they were to blame.
No. Yes, sir. No, just the ones who did it. Not everybody. If you had 5 in a group and maybe only 3 did it, well, if just one took the blame, you'd feel bad for not saying that you did it too. But if all 3 of you go up there, well, then you'll feel better to get off your conscience that you know the person you did to knows that you did it.
Well, who in this story do you think ought to take the blame?
Both Ricky and Joe. Yes.
Ricky and Joe. What about Billy and his friend?
Well, Billy and his friend didn't wake up Mr.Scranton's. They should tell their mother about that her tomatoes that they ruined. Because they ruined their mother's tomatoes, and the boys ruined Mr. tomatoes. Of course, you've got to remember that their next door neighbor asked who messed up his garden. He didn't ask who messed up their mother's garden. He asked who messed up his garden. And so they both should have said that, and Ricky was wrong to run away, and leave Joe behind, and wipe his face off and everything, and get clean of the blame. Of course, Joe did. Joe did try and take all the blame, and that was pretty wrong.
You think Rick's going to let him take the blame?
He was going to tell Mr.Scranton that he did do it, but I think Joe stopped him from doing it.
Well, you know, Mr. Scranton said he liked his tomatoes just as well as Rick liked his kite. What do you think about that?
I think that Mr. Scranton knew that Rick had done it because you could just sort of tell that he knew that he had done it. And what he meant by he felt just as bad about his kite as he did his tomatoes, I mean, Rick felt bad about his kite being smashed up by somebody, by his brother. Well, just ain't what Mr. Scranton would feel about his tomatoes, because he had been working all summer on them. Mr. Scranton already knew, but he just wanted Rick to confess it himself, probably.
What would you do if your kite got torn up? Do you have a brother or a sister?
I have a brother. I have a brother.
What's your attitude if they break something of yours?
I get pretty mad.
Or what do? Do you try to get even?
Sometimes. Well, like if they broke something, if I had something that I like really much and they broke it, I'd probably get pretty mad. I don't know if I would really get mad because I don't have any brothers or sisters, so I don't know if I really get mad or not.
Marie, you said you had brothers older than you and younger than you. What would you do if one of them broke your doll?
Well, one time that he did, they did, and the rubber band came off their neck. He pulled it up and it came off. So I said, go get another rubber band and fix it. And so they couldn't get it on, so I told my mother. And my mother, she got the rubber band, she fixed it, and I never learned to play with the dolls again.
Rick hasn't told his parents what happened to the kite yet. Do you think he should?
It's hard to say because you don't want to really be a tattletale, and yet you don't want to hide it.
What did this word weasel out mean to you?
Just slip out of it. Try and get out of it. Most people, when they get in trouble and they don't want to get blamed, like they may get a whipping or something, well, they'll let it and blame it on somebody else.
Rick blamed Billy for trying to weasel out of breaking his kite. How did Billy try to weasel out?
He blamed part of it on his friend. He showed it to him when he first came in, and he was laying there, and he sat back and he showed it to him, and he saw it. And then he said that his friend did it too. And also, that his friend went out on him. He said he was going to get out of here. I don't think he would have did anything wrong because he wouldn't find the kite. Yes, he did. He was kind of helping him, and he said to help me pull it down, and then it crashed. And then when his brother came in, well, he ran out and left his brother there to tell him what had happened. He didn't stay and say he was sorry for what he did.
Billy wanted to blame on the kite even, didn't he? Remember he said, so it was the kite's fault too.
He said if it was a good kite, it'd stay up in the air. And also, but maybe that caused the crash. It might not be their fault flying it. The wind might have gone away or something like that. Well, I disagree because they may not have known how to fly a kite right. He should have asked his brother first, and then I think it would have been all right. But to hide it from your parents or make a deal to not tell them, I don't think it's right.
Ricky accused Billy of trying to weasel out on the kite deal, but now he has the opportunity to weasel out on the tomato fight. What do you think he'll do about it?
Well, first he slipped away and knocked the fence down and hid into the shack that he was in and washed himself up, kind of clean him. And then he talked to them, and then Ricky he started to say to him, he wanted to go and tell Mr. Scranton to tell the truth about him, that he was in it too.
Do you think he'll take the chance and weasel out?
No, I don't think he will because I think his conscience is getting him. There could be a possibility that he thinks the same way that Joe does, that people will think he's chicken, to tell.
Well, supposing he wants to claim his deeds, take responsibility for what has happened here, what can he do about it?
Well, he can, of course, tell Mrs. Scranton that he did it, and also he could help Joe whatever he was doing.
Well, of course, you can buy a kite, and maybe you could help Joe do some work, but tomatoes are kind of hard to build. What could he do about the tomatoes?
Well, first thing he could do, of course, apologize that they did throw the tomatoes, and then he didn't forget to say that. He could buy some new tomato plants. Do you remember when Mr. Scranton said a kite can be built back, but tomatoes take a long time? And he said that he had taken the whole summer to do those. But that next summer, when it first started, that he could buy the plants then, and then he could plant it all, but it still wouldn't make up for it. See, because you could buy another kite very easily, but you just can't buy tomato plants. And also, I remember when he said that he had promised Mrs. Wilson some tomatoes, and that was causing him a lot of trouble because he had given his own word. And also, if he says that the plants were ruined, she would ask him who did it, and he would have to tell her. So both of them would, maybe, if he didn't tell who did it, both of them wouldn't be telling the truth because Joe didn't tell that his partner wasn't in the fight, and then he, go on. And a few minutes ago, we were talking about weaseling out of things. Well, remember when Joe suggested the idea, instead of just telling Mrs. Wilson to buy them, to say that he sold them, and he was just trying to get out of the deal. There, because he would have to be said that he was the one who caused the tomatoes not to be.
Well, Joe said when he saw that Rick was willing to assume the responsibility for what he'd done, he said, "What do you want to do, make me a liar? Would this have made him a liar?"
Well, not exactly. Not really. But...
you said it would.
It would, because he said that he was the only one in it, and he did it all himself. And he said that, I don't know.
Let's go ahead and...
Listen,
tell us, Janie, what you were thinking.
Well, he said, he said, did you have anyone to help you? He said, no, that the other boy wasn't in with him. And he said, well, all right.
So you think now if Rick tells, it'll make...
it'll make it kind of be a different story because then somebody else did help him, and he said that he didn't. Well, it wouldn't exactly make him a liar. Well, it's sort of hard to explain. I have it in my mind, but I just can't put it into words. Try.
A lot of us get in that shape.
He said that everybody would think he was yelling at a chicken, but it would. And he'd be a chicken to the other kids, but he'd be maybe a liar to Mr. Scranton. Yeah, but I don't agree with that. See, he's taking the part, and so is his partner. He just said he did it, so he would be a liar in a way, saying that he was the only one who did it, when two people did do it.
You mean he was already a liar without Rick making him one?
Yeah, that's right, because he told Mr. Scranton that he did it all by himself, that no one helped him, but someone did help him, so they would put him in a spot of being a liar.
I'm sorry, we're going to have to stop. I know that each one of you has an idea of what you think Rick's going to do, but now let's go back and see what he really does.
Mr. Scranton?
What kept you?
Sir?
Oh, I've been expecting you.
You have?
You know, I think some of these plants might live after all. It's amazing what a beating a plant can take and still make it. Do you want to talk to me?
Yes, sir. You see...
Oh, wait a minute. Give me a hand up. Thanks. All right, now go ahead.
Well, the tomato war was sort of an accident. We only meant to throw a few, but... And Joe's just trying to keep me out of the trouble. It was mostly my fault, I guess.
Honor among thieves, the code of the gang.
Sir?
Well, it's against the rules to tell on somebody, isn't it?
Yes, sir. And it's almost as bad as me to tell that Joe lied. I'm sorry about your garden, Mr. Scranton. Maybe if I told Dad... when I tell Dad, he'll do something about it.
Oh, Rick, you disappoint me. Wasn't your father who tramped those tomatoes down, now was it? No, I think we can settle this ourselves. Now, let's see. You've already fixed the gate. How about working for me Saturday afternoons for the next month?
Sure, Mr. Scranton. You bet. And then we be square?
Square.
Thanks, Mr. Scranton. And it won't happen again. I promise.
All right, Rick, I'm glad you came over.
So am I. Joe was sure there when he left. I figured he would be. If we hurry, we'll probably be able to fish this before Mom and Dad get home. So, Mr. Scranton, there's no reason for them to know, is there? You're not going to tell them, Rick, are you? Yeah. About the kite, too, I suppose. Look, the kite's something between you and me as far as I'm concerned. But the other? That's between us and a neighbor. I figure Mom and Dad would want to know. But I can tell them what I did without bringing you into it. You don't have to worry. I guess I did throw the first tomato. Rick, can I go tell them at the same time? Sure, Billy. Maybe I can even look in the kite. Say, is there a discount for confessing 2 crimes at once?
It isn't always easy to assume responsibility for our own actions. But how else will we ever grow up? Well, I want to say so long, and thanks to Billy, Janie, Marie, and Joe for being with us this week. And I'll see you again next week on Breakthrough.